one is quite deep actually. It's alright, it's quite a deep song. More than anything, it's the words, the lyrics that mean the most, more than the melodies, more than like, yeah, it's got a deep meaning to it because it's kind of like a letter to my younger self. And this one I actually kept, unexpected, but I actually kept fully in English just so that, you know, I wrote the whole thing. I could get like, if I got another language involved, it meant that I'd have to get someone else to write those lyrics for me, and I kind of wanted this, it just naturally just felt that it should be in English, that I could write this whole thing. And the chorus is literally, it's alright, and it's like, it's kind of touching on stories that may have put me down when I was younger, and like just situations that I'd faced that made me feel really like sad, like just made me feel really discouraged about doing music in the first place, that it wasn't supported by people that I thought were my friends. And so it was just a letter to that girl saying everything will be all right, like you're now performing at arenas, you're performing at huge festivals, so don't worry, like yeah, you're going through that period when you're 16, 15, but wait 5 years, wait 10 years, and you'll be doing what you thought you couldn't possibly achieve. It's like a whole, it's when people hear it, they'll hear it, because not even hear it, just read the lyrics, because I think it's quite touching. Letter to my younger self is probably a good way to summarize it. It's hard to choose a favorite lyric for this song, just because I feel like every lyric touches in some way or another. But I guess I'll go for something that's a bit metaphorical. So one of the lines is, I spent some nights in a cold storm and now my heart needs healing. So spending some nights in a cold storm is literally implying that, you know, times where everything was breaking down in it, like as if it was a storm. Like my heart was going through a storm and I had to piece it together eventually. And like straight after that it goes on about how you don't have to wait for another day, you don't have to go no other way, carry on doing what you're doing because it's going to be alright. I guess I'll choose those lyrics as my favourite ones. But yeah, I can't really choose one because I feel like the whole song is meaningful. So a couple producers were involved in this actually. It was produced by Inertia, who's an upcoming producer, and he sent it over like the bare bones. Reveal and I worked on it, and then Reveal also was an additional producer as well. So yeah, a few different hands involved in this one. I think the lyrics around this, like I was coming up with lyrics for a song about a letter to my younger self ages ago, like a year ago, 2 years ago, and it's just like the way I write my lyrics is I have like an email draft. I don't know why it's an email draft and not a docs draft, but it's an email draft for some reason on my Google email, and I just jot down loads of random words, and like I knew someday in my career I wanted to write a song as if it's a letter to my younger self. So I already had loads of notes about like what I kind of wanted it to be about. And so when I heard the beat, it just felt quite deep. And so I was like, okay, this one I can probably delve into and I can probably make that song. And so I went back to my notes on my email draft, chose a few words here and there. Obviously like lots of words had to go because when I jot down, it's just random thoughts, like it makes zero sense, like sentences that do not go together. But I kind of picked and pieced a few different things, added to it as the melody came, and kind of just went from one thing to another. But yeah, this is one of the first songs where I started with the lyrics, because usually I start with listening to the beat and thinking of a melody. That seemed to work for me a lot, but this is the first time where I'd actually had lyrics down and kind of pieced that into a melody from a beat that was sent over 2 years later. You don't have to wait another